Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Courtney, and if you are returning, welcome back. Today we're getting into Star Trek: The Next Generation, Season 1, Episodes 15 and 16. I hope you guys enjoy the video, but real quick, if you're supporting over on Patreon, thank you so much for the support. And if you're watching this video with military affiliation, thank you so much for your service. I hope you guys enjoy my reaction to these two episodes, and without further ado, let's get into Episode 15. We've seen this before, right?
The Enterprise has been ordered to Starbase 74.
Oh, that's right. This is a starbase. Never mind.
A routine maintenance check of all systems will be made, including the holodeck with which we've had problems.
Isn't she beautiful?
Commander Quinteros, request permission to come aboard?
Granted, welcome.
You're late. We expected you a week ago. Is there anything specific you wish to report or that we should be aware of?
The holodeck?
Are these gentlemen the Binars?
They're not gentlemen. They're a unified pair.
Okay, cool.
1-0, and this is 0-1.
I thought we'd have more time.
If you want to postpone the work...
Oh, no, this is the best time to do it. We can complete our work within the time allotted.
I'm guessing they're trustworthy.
Their thought patterns have become as close to binary as it's possible for organic beings.
This is going to be very interesting, and, well, like all Star Trek episodes, something's gonna happen.
I'm gonna lose myself in the pages of some old novel.
Sounds like something you would do.
I've never been very good at organizing my time off. Something will turn up. It always does.
That's what I said. Oh, whoa. I thought it was just two of them. Wesley is very fascinated.
Because of the limited time allotted us, we need others.
Then why are you acting so excited?
Because we all have to... The, stacking! To reconfigure the computer.
You act like you don't believe them.
'Cause we don't.
Perhaps it's just the way another species behaves.
Maybe.
Okay, that's fair. That's actually very fair, Wesley, and very mature of you. Ooh. Yeah, they're up to something. Where y'all going?
You've already got all the players you need.
Oh, we can switch off.
Now, you know, if you do that in Precinct Squares, you lose the rhythm of the game.
I want to see this played.
Rest assured, Commander, we will be victorious at whatever the cost.
Worf.
Oh, dear.
If winning is not important, then, Commander, why keep score?
Okay.
Believe it or not, Worf is developing a sense of humor.
I hope so, for their sake.
Yeah, I hope he is. Is that supposed to happen?
Unoccupied sections are being closed down in order to clear space in the main computer banks. Full power can be restored if needed.
Sure it can.
Tell me what it's supposed to be, and then I'll give you my opinion.
It is an attempt at pure creativity.
All right, Data. I like it.
Well, of course, think about it. A blind man teaching an android how to paint. That's got to be worth a couple of pages in somebody's book.
Geordi, it's okay that you're blind.
Professor Terrence Epstein is at this starbase.
Is that someone I should know of?
Oh, apparently you should.
He's the leading mind in cybernetics. He lectured at my medical school.
Ah, there's the connection.
I'm working on an approach that combines cybernetics and regeneration. I mean, what an opportunity to have a chance to talk with Dr. Epstein.
Well, I hope it goes well. Everyone is going on field trips. Love it.
How's it going?
We are almost done. The deviation caused by a previous probe has been corrected.
What exactly did you do?
Enhancement. Nothing more.
Jazz?
Era?
Circa 1958.
Ooh, I don't like the way they're looking at each other.
New Orleans. Bourbon Street Bar, New Orleans.
I want to go there so bad. I want to go to Mardi Gras at least once in my life.
Very good. Now I'll need someone to play with. A trio. Piano, bass, and drums, and a bone for me.
Oh.
But computer. Blondes and jazz seldom go together.
What is that supposed to mean? Is that actually a thing? He's being very, very detailed. So that's your type.
If this is what you call enhancement, you've got a gift for understatement.
I was wondering when the music was going to start.
My name is Minuet, and I love all jazz, except Dixieland. You can't dance to it.
My girl.
She read your mind. would y'all have to gain from sabotaging anything?
What's a knockout like you doing in a computer-generated gin joint like this?
Waiting for you.
Don't judge, you two. Ooh, they scurried fast. Now I can't tell if these are the first two or the extra two that came in.
What is that high-pitched sound you make?
That is our primary language. We store information. With these buffers, we receive information all the time and save it until we need it.
Interesting. That's kind of cool.
To have a society so intermixed with computers, it has tremendous advantages.
And a few disadvantages.
Ooh, like what?
Everything under control, Instant Crusher?
Fine, sir. I was just trying to find something out about the binars.
Where's Commander Riker?
On a field trip.
No, I'll go down there myself. Keep me apprised.
Yes, sir.
All right, Dixon Hill. All right, you better play that. Come on. The band geek in me is quite pleased.
Hey, man. The chick digs you.
We all can see that.
Maybe it's my music.
Yeah, well, about that, don't give up your day job.
Hey, I thought it was good. Very relaxing.
Can we dance once before you leave?
Sure, why not?
Where's Picard to snatch him?
Tell me about your work. What is it about it that consumes and enthralls you?
I'd be a fool not to realize how lucky I am. It's like a dream come true.
Yeah, you can tell he loves his job.
I know you're a computer-generated image, but even the things you say and think seem so real. How far can this relationship go?
As far as you want it, probably.
I mean, how real are you?
As real as you need me to be.
There you go. There's your answer.
Astounding.
Captain.
Oh, I'm sorry, number one. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, it's all right.
Technically, he did mean it.
You picked a wonderful locale. This is something I might have chosen myself.
I can see him doing that.
Comme c'est merveilleux de vous voir ici.
Ooh,
Incroyable.
I recognize a few of those words.
Will was saying how much she enjoys this assignment. For a ship and crew to function well, it always starts with the captain.
You're darn right. And the ship has to be operational too, technically.
The sophistication of this programming is remarkable. You're very different. You adapt. You spoke to me in French.
It was very simple.
This is true, she did.
I merely accessed the foreign language bank.
Ah, that makes sense. Data, I think that looks swell.
Now what are you doing? I'm awaiting inspiration.
You might be waiting for a while.
I'm reading in problem with the magnetic containment field which contains the antimatter.
Don't disturb the captain or Commander Riker until we check this out.
Aye, sir.
Are you running any test programs up there?
No.
They are. They are. The binars are. Who else will be doing it?
We're getting some very strange readings from the magnetic containment field.
Engineering to Captain. If the antimatter is released, the ship will be destroyed.
I was hoping that the holodeck would be able to pick up emergencies.
Estimate release of antimatter in 4 minutes, 18 seconds.
Wow.
Alert Starbase. Inform them we are abandoning the ship. Set course and speed to put maximum distance between the Enterprise and any inhabited planets.
Shouldn't we wait for the captain's approval?
No.
Based on all information presently available, the decision is correct. Abandon ship. This is not a drill. I say again.
Move, people!
Ship.
Scurry! See, they didn't think they were going to catch it that fast.
Prepare to energize. 17 through 28.
And
proceed to
energize.
transporters 11.
Oh gosh, this is going to take a long time.
The Enterprise is being evacuated.
Why?
Some problem in engineering. Get a security team together.
Piloting.
Y'all aren't going back over there. You only have like a few minutes.
I have put the ship on automated departure and ordered the complete evacuation of the Enterprise.
What's going to happen to Riker and Captain Picard?
The captain is usually the last to leave.
Let's go. We've only got 41 seconds. I think we're the last.
I hope we are.
Did you see the captain and Commander Riker?
No, we have to beam back and get them.
You haven't time.
He has something to do with this. Oh, thank goodness. I thought it was going back into the starbase.
And the boy never found out?
Oh, yes, but not until later when he came back into the room with his little sister.
They have no idea what is happening. You know, as cool as the holodeck is, it's like every time we go in there, something terrible happens.
She's more intuitive.
It's as though she'd been plugged into my subconscious. I could develop feelings for Minuet, exactly as I would for any woman.
Well, do your best to not.
This is your diversion, number one, not mine.
Then some more wine.
No, thank you.
Wait, please. Please don't go.
Why? What's the matter? Why can't he leave?
Exit. Captain to bridge, situation report.
There's nobody on the Enterprise.
The magnetic field containing the antimatter had weakened. There was no failsafe available. The magnetic field is now restored. Containment is restored.
Destination.
Planet Bionus in the Beta Magellan system.
Uh-huh.
I don't understand the Binars have stolen the Enterprise.
That information is not available.
I was not expecting that they were going to steal it. All right, Minuet, start talking, since you know everything.
It's the Binars. You're part of this.
Yes.
Well, at least she's honest.
When they saw your interest in me, they thought I could distract you and keep you here.
What do they want with the Enterprise? What's their purpose?
I'm not programmed to give you that information.
Of course you're not.
Another Starfleet vessel must be sent to intercept the Enterprise at Bynus. They might be taking the ship to their home planet.
What makes you think so?
It is the best place for us to start.
Right. It's not rocket science. Y'all better power walk through this hallway.
This way.
That's towards engineering.
That's our first step. Verify containment and initiate auto-destruct.
Ooh,
our ship has been commandeered by a force of unknown size and intent. We're here alone. We must assume the worst.
I understand.
This is the one decision involving the operation of this vessel which requires you and I to be in total agreement.
It's a 5-minute countdown.
Well, that's sufficient to get to the bridge. Once there, either we'll get control of the vessel, shut off the auto-destruct, or we won't.
All right, we're in agreement.
Set auto-destruct sequence.
Does the first officer concur?
Yes. Set auto-destruct sequence.
Auto-destruct will detonate in 4 minutes and 59 seconds.
That was way faster than how they did it with the original crew.
An enormous amount of data is being received and stored in the main computer.
Just stored. Why?
That's another piece of this puzzle.
Bridge access denied.
Whoa!
They've locked it off. We'll both beam in simultaneously to different areas of the bridge with luck. One of us will be a distraction.
Yeah, y'all need to move.
Do you think I am responsible?
Responsible?
Data, no. You did everything
My
right.
station is on the bridge.
You can't be on the bridge every second, Data.
I do not need rest or diversion.
It's a pointless discussion, Data.
Mm-hmm.
We're rushing repairs on the USS Melbourne, but it's still 18 hours until she'll be ready. There's nothing else you can do.
I still feel funny about that guy.
Over here, Captain.
What? They're asleep?
Please try to
Understand?
help us.
Okay, I know we have like 2 minutes left. I was technically correct.
Cancel auto-destruct.
Does the first officer agree?
Affirmative.
Auto-destruct canceled.
Perfect.
How are they? They appear dead.
Their main computer is off.
What about all those people down there who are totally dependent on their computer?
Right.
They're probably like these Binars here, dying.
They went to an awful lot of trouble to clear computer space. Let's see what they stored.
Oh, smart thinking.
Every byte of free space in the computer's been filled. They must have made a core dump from their world into our computer. I wish they'd left a note.
Maybe they did.
Minuet.
Now explain what's going on. No funny business.
A star in the Binar system went supernova, and they miscalculated.
And then reactivate their system and transfer the information back to the main computer.
Oh, so they're not evil.
The star went supernova before it was expected, and you were late arriving at Starbase 74.
Yeah, they were a week late.
Why didn't they just ask for help?
I don't know. Return the data stored on the Enterprise's computer back to the one on Binars.
How can we do that?
You don't know?
No, we don't know.
They meant you no harm. It was their world they were trying to save.
I wish they had just communicated. Unless that Quinteros guy has something to do with this, I don't know.
File names can be anything, sir.
They would have kept it simple.
Then a name.
Enterprise.
In this case, in binary language, which is ones and zeros in groups of 8 or 16 characters.
Their names.
That's the file. It'll work now.
Now access the file. Start the transfer.
The Binars always work in pairs. Maybe that is also required.
Oh, good thinking.
Now their system has started up. The system is absolutely incredible.
Y'all feeling better?
Our world is reactivated. Our people express their gratitude.
Why didn't you just ask for our help?
Right. Y'all have to discuss amongst yourselves.
You might have said no.
But there was a very good chance we would have said yes.
And we needed someone to restore our computer. And you did.
That was very risky, though.
Well, it's been some time since I had the con. Not to worry, number one. You're in good hands.
Are you sure?
Starbase 74. Warp 2. Engage.
Very nice.
Is everything all right?
We're fine. Everything is in order.
What about the Binars?
Hand them over to Quinteros. There will be a hearing.
Of course. He just can't help himself.
What is a knockout like you doing in a computer-generated gin joint like this? Not Minuet.
Riker, remember, it's a computer.
She's gone. I tried variations on the program, others appeared, but not Minuet.
Maybe it was all part of the Binar's programming.
I would think so.
Some relationships just can't work.
That's what I was getting at.
She'll be difficult to forget.
You'll be fine. Give it time. I personally thought this was such a fun episode. The Binars, I really thought that they were evil for a moment. I really did. And then Quinteros, I thought he was too. But no, we're all good. Everything is fine. Certain things that I really enjoyed about this episode. Number one, I loved seeing the self-destruct sequence. They call it the auto-destruct sequence. The fact that it's much easier than what we saw with the original series, and Commander Riker has to be in agreement with Captain Picard. It was really cool seeing how quick everything is now, as opposed to having to give all those different numbers and codes. The Binars, as intelligent as clearly they are, and it's like, so what's the reason that y'all just didn't ask us? You might say no. It's like, that's such a human quality about them. It was actually kind of cute to see. Now that I sit back and really think about it, they were just like, we're not going to risk it because y'all just, y'all might tell us no, and this is just way too serious. So I can see now that they were just so concerned about their home planet and wanted to make sure everything was going to be okay. Now, back to Minuet. First of all, Bourbon Street, New Orleans, I want to go. I know I said that earlier. Oh my gosh, I want to go so bad, at least once. And experience Mardi Gras. I just really want to do that. And I hear New Orleans has really good food too. So I want to experience all that New Orleans has to offer. Not just the Mardi Gras festivities, but other things down there as well. I love the jazz music. That was really nice. Love the whole ambiance. It was very enjoyable. And she played her role very well. Personally, I really think that she did. And I love that, because at first I was worried that she wouldn't tell them after they discovered what was going on. But it was nice to see that she did, because she was all like, oh, my programming and stuff. And I'm like, look, we don't got time for that. Like, what's happening? And poor Mr. Data, my heart goes out to him, because I get what he was saying. But at the end of the day, he even expressed, wanting to be more human, and I don't see anything wrong with that. I get it. You don't have to leave your post ever, but it's good for you to do it. And we're not just going to have you working around the clock 24/7. Like, come on, we are a Starship family. We're not going to have you doing all of that. Again, overall, I thought that this was excellent. I don't have any major complaints. I will say though, the whole evacuation sequence is the first time in season 1 where I actually felt a sense of stress and a sense of like, okay, come on, we gotta get this thing going. So this episode did a very good job making me feel like, we were in a rush and we were in a hurry. So I very much commend them on that. So we're going to move on into the next one, and then of course I'm going to let you guys know which one out of these two I enjoyed more, and I hope that you guys enjoy my reaction to episode 16.
We are in orbit around Persephone 5, where I have been sent to confer with Admiral Mark Jameson.
He looks like he's on his last leg.
A dissident group of terrorists have taken Federation Ambassador Hawkins and his staff hostage. I feel there is only one negotiator with the skills to resolve this situation. Admiral Jameson.
Oh.
45 years ago, I negotiated a hostage situation on Mordan, Captain. My wife and I will beam aboard at 1500 hours, Captain.
Is this a trap? Wow.
I control the away team and all its actions. Is that understood?
Yeah, something doesn't feel right. And I said this man was on his last leg and he is in a chair.
Is Admiral Jameson on board?
He's here beside my first officer.
Yeah, he's here.
So, Jameson, I see time has not been kind.
Don't be rude.
They insist all discussions will take place here on Morden. They say they will brook no excuses. If there are any offered, your ambassador and his people will die.
Ooh, Counselor Troy, what are you feeling?
Tell them I accept the conditions of negotiation.
I will do so immediately.
For a man in his position, he doesn't seem to know much about the situation.
Right.
Suddenly, in this situation, his power is useless. Sickbay to bridge.
All right.
Ready for what, Captain?
Just a routine medical checkup. Ship's regulations.
Ooh, is he hiding something? He's hiding something.
What do the terrorists need that Karnas can't
That's
or won't
great
give them?
Question.
I have found that peace, or the appearance of it, is often a prelude to war.
Are you suggesting the terrorists want arms and weapons?
But I'll have to be very careful in dealing with Karnas.
I mean, you gotta be careful regardless.
Well, about time.
Careful now.
You're stronger today.
I'm fine. I feel like a kid again.
Pity we didn't have them 20.
Ma'am, turn around. Your husband's in distress.
I'll get sickbay.
No.
No. See, he's hiding something. He's kept her in the dark.
It'll pass. Just give me a moment.
What is it? Did the doctors know?
Just body changes.
You're sure? Don't lie to me.
He's lying, girl. Y'all look like y'all been together since you were 12 or 13 or something. You should know that man.
The test results he gave me aren't 2 days old, they're 2 months old. He lied to me, sir, and I don't know why.
'Cause he's hiding something.
He suffers from Iverson's disease, sir, that affects the body, not the mind. Now, I have a gut feeling he's hiding something.
You're correct.
Well, that is an observation I would expect from Counselor Troy. I want you on the bridge for the next day or so. The Admiral must remain in the best of health for these negotiations, and he might require your services.
Trying to butter her up. But he is correct. See, they didn't know he could do all that. I was just about to say, please don't fall down.
I began some new therapy before I left. Seems to be working. All I needed to get me out of that chair was the thought of walking the decks in command of a starship again.
So you say. I can't help but be suspicious.
Captain, no one recovers from Iverson's disease. By all the medical facts we know, he should never have walked again.
And yet here he is, scurrying around.
Mark! My God, what's happened?
He's walking even better.
It's working, Annie.
Oh, darling!
Don't knock him down. Oh dear. Wait a minute now. How young are you feeling, sir?
You really are looking much better.
It's the new treatment.
Is he looking younger?
Come here.
I hope you're heading for the bedroom.
You stop it.
Oh,
Darling,
yeah?
Now you tell me what the hell is going on.
It's the side effects of what he's done to himself.
Sickbay! Medical emergency in the Admiral's quarters.
All I can tell you is that he's ingested something that's strongly affecting his body.
See?
Specific.
He's taken something.
The cellular structure of his body is radically changing. We can't make any decisions on that until we know what it's changing to. There are absolutely no traces of Iverson's disease.
Who said there was no cure for Iverson's?
None that we know of.
Right.
Well, whatever these substances are doing to his body, at least they've done that for him. It's too early to say.
Y'all just gotta ask the man, what did you take?
I have to ask the Admiral some questions.
Look at
Ask away. There's nothing to hide now.
Oh, his wife's face.
What did you do, Mark?
Yeah, answer your wife.
Cerebus 2. They say the natives there have a process that rejuvenates the body, gives you your youth back. Oh, it's dangerous. The mortality rate is high and it's very painful.
Well, this explains the side effects.
The herb and drug combinations are self-administered slowly over a period of 2 years. I got enough for both of us, Annie, but I had to test it on myself first. I couldn't risk you.
What makes you think she wants this?
I didn't have time to wait for the drug to work naturally.
So you took the whole dose?
I'm fitter than you are, Picard, and I'm getting younger.
Okay, let's breathe. He is really going to be dealing with some mess.
Is why you thought it necessary to be young to negotiate the release of the hostages.
To be taken seriously? It's the only thing I can think of.
I'll be on the bridge, Admiral, if you want to talk further.
Don't abuse your medications, people. Follow instructions.
We've always been honest with each other until now. Did you think about me at all?
He did, but not in a way that you would have found acceptable.
But it was the right answer for me.
See?
It was killing you having to take care of an invalid. We can be together again.
Let me go.
I can get you another supply of the drug.
No. She doesn't want that. Listen to her. And at her age, she's got good knees. Y'all see the way she ran in there?
I wish to open a communication frequency to Karnas.
I know the reason for this communication.
He outranks you, Picard.
Who's behind this thing? You said dissidents. Then who is it? Ardan? Gilnor?
It's almost as though the 45 years in between never happened.
You've never forgiven me.
I was going to say that's very telling.
There are no dissidents, are there?
See, I thought this was a trap.
And I'm going to ask a very, very high price.
Wow, man. I mean, I've heard of being bitter, but dang.
You'll come. Even if you don't have much honor left.
Dang, dude. Well, now that you know the truth, inform our people.
Picard, I want to jump to warp 8. It'll throw Karnas off balance and we can catch him before he's ready.
Explain.
I believe Karnas has the hostages, and there never were any dissidents. I'm not at liberty to say, Picard, but negotiations are no longer the answer.
But it would be nice if you communicated.
Because I plan to personally lead the away team on an armed rescue mission to get them out of there.
Oh, no. He's on a power trip.
Commander Data, bring up the plans I requested on the view screen.
And he's in the chair.
When they rebuilt the city, they simply built over the existing tunnels. This is where Karnas held his hostages before and where I believe he has them now.
That's a little too obvious.
He sticks to what works.
I guess he would technically know him better than Captain Picard.
Starfleet has given me command of the away team.
Our anniversary is next week.
Don't get any of our people killed.
50th. But he's getting younger. And I'm... Well, look at me.
You look good for your age, girl.
Now he's young again and has his life to live over.
Wants to go on adventures.
Doctor, she has to know.
Know what?
Ooh, the side effects.
He's not stabilizing. He may not have that life to live over.
So this was all for practically nothing? He looks good, though, but that's not the point.
I think there's something you're not telling me, and I have a right to know what it is.
Karnas' father was the ruling chief of one of the families another tribe had him assassinated.
Oh, wow.
Held them hostage, demanding that Starfleet provide him with weapons that would enable him to defeat his rivals.
Okay, it's making sense.
That's the official record.
Officially.
So what really happened?
It wasn't my golden oratory that saved them, Captain.
So what did?
I gave Karnas the weapons he wanted. I gave exactly the same weapons to his rivals. Let them solve their problems with those arms on an equal basis.
Oh, heck.
And that decision plunged them into 40 years of civil war.
Yep, that'll do it.
That would happen.
What do you mean you didn't know what happened? You can't predict that kind of a thing.
I falsified the records to Starfleet. I lived with that on my soul, Picard. 63 people came away safe, but millions died on Mordan because
of you.
Karnas could have worked for peace during those years instead of continuing the war. It's not all on your head, Admiral.
I came to negotiate, but that isn't what Karnas wants.
Revenge.
I'm going to do what I should have done the first time.
What, kill him?
We're taking the hostages out by force if necessary. No deals.
Captain Picard, I wouldn't even want to be in the middle of this.
Prepare to energize, Chief.
Belay that.
I am the senior mission commander, and I am leading this team.
I have a right to accompany him.
Okay, never mind. That's good enough for me.
We are in the M4 tunnel directly under the governor's residence.
Do you know where you're going?
That does not correspond with the information in my tricorder.
Your information is incorrect, Commander.
Do you know how long it's been?
Karnas held the hostages in these tunnels before. He'll do it again.
No, something doesn't feel right. Y'all are walking into a trap.
The Admiral is definitely incorrect.
45 years ago, I'm sure it linked in with the tunnels. The Admiral remembers.
I mean, that is possible.
Damn.
Yeah.
This is the most direct route. Set phasers to cut through.
If you have the coordinates where you think the hostages are, sir, we could just beam in over there.
Karnas may not have them in the same place.
He's making this more difficult than it needs to be.
There's an infrared light signal up ahead. Steady beam straight across the tunnel chest high. There's another one at my waist level.
Yep.
Sir, look out!
Ah! Go ahead, Data. Tuck and roll. All right, Tasha. She's about to try and be a hero.
No sign of a wound.
Side effects, y'all.
Enterprise, this is Picard. 6 to Lima, now!
Such a waste. Picard looks pissed.
I'm sorry to inform you, the Admiral is critically ill.
That is not my concern. You have 10 minutes to beam him down.
Huh, lovely. Is he dead?
What is it, Doctor?
I think you better see for yourself, Captain.
Or is he an infant? What's happened?
God. Lorraine failed. All I have left to bargain with is myself.
If we don't deliver Jameson in 5 minutes, one of the hostages will be executed.
Of course. That's what they do.
He promises the method of execution will be most painful.
My life for how many hostages? God, 20. Let me go.
Number 1, inform Karnas will be beaming down in less than 5 minutes.
Well, at least he's going with him.
Who are you? I want Jameson.
He's right there.
This is Admiral Mark Jameson.
Surprise.
Beam down Jameson, and the hostages will be freed.
Parator Karnas. You always were a stubborn man.
Parator was my old title.
See? How would he know that?
This trick is going on too far. He has been coached for some devious reason.
Ah, there he goes again.
Before he left on this mission, he administered an overdose of an alien de-aging drug to himself. He wanted to face you with strength again, on even terms.
Jameson is a man of more than 80 years. Not this.
Did you hear what we said?
I want to show him this world he helped to make. The wasted cities that we are still rebuilding.
I understand his anger.
I want him to pay for that, Picard.
Captain, I think Mrs. Jameson should beam down now.
I asked Dr. Crusher to bring with her the visual records we made of the Admiral's deterioration.
You're wasting my time, Picard.
Just do it.
Is this the man you saw?
This is the man I want.
Here, Karnas. Look.
That's him.
You blamed your war on him. And there's no doubt he had a lot to do with it.
He did.
But you had the weapons and you used them.
This is true.
He brought this retribution on himself.
You're shielding Jameson on the ship and you're telling me this tale to save his life.
Dude, pay attention and just listen.
There were only 2 of us in the meeting. All you wanted was revenge. And I gave you the weapons to do it.
Jameson told you this.
No! That is Jameson.
Show me the scar.
There! The blood cut you gave me to seal our bargain!
Yeah, it's him.
It is you. Somehow. It is you.
Oh, what's he about to do? Ah.
Then die by your own weapon!
Even his own people look like they don't want that.
No.
Oh?
No, my revenge will be in seeing you live like this.
I don't think he's gonna live much longer.
The compound he took is forcing his cells and organs to go further, younger, and they can't take the stress.
I will always love you.
Annie, with the golden hair.
It's gray now.
I see only the gold.
Aww.
Oh.
There he goes.
Your long night and mine are over. The hostages will be freed immediately, Captain.
Wow, man.
The hostages have been freed, and the body of Admiral Mark Jameson has been buried on Mordan at the request of his widow. Age and wisdom have their graces, too.
Oh, absolutely.
Mr. LaForge, prepare to take us out of orbit. Set course for ISIS 3.
I'm going to get this out of the way now so that I do not forget. But between this episode and episode 15, I'm going to say this one I liked a bit more than episode 15. I enjoy both of them. The thing with this one is that y'all know I love when an episode really makes me think. If it can make me really think, and you know how I'm very analytical, then it's going to rank higher than other episodes. All right. I knew I wasn't crazy because I kept listening to Admiral Jameson talk about what he did with these two, not these two, but with giving weapons, right? And I thought to myself, why does that sound familiar? The original series, A Private Little War, where I had to look it up again because I remember the episode Paradise Syndrome where Captain Kirk was, you know, among the natives. And I was like, no, there was another episode where there were weapons involved. I know I'm not crazy with the character Tyree, and he didn't want them to have weapons. And I'm reading it right now. Captain Kirk was saying that both warring parties must be on equal footing if both are to survive. And I'm just sitting here and I'm just like, no wonder that sounded familiar. I knew I wasn't crazy because when there was that big reveal, of course I'm looking shocked, but in the back of my brain I'm like, wait a minute, this happened before. And I'm sitting here like, okay, what would I have done in that situation? See, this is why I like this episode a bit more than the first one, because I'm just sitting here like, what would I have done? And I'm going to be very honest with y'all. I would have just negotiated and done my best to try and prevent any more unnecessary stuff between these two groups. Now, mind y'all, I do understand, you know, when you understand all different sides, it makes things difficult, but I understand wanting both sides to have a chance and an opportunity and to have protection. I get that, but at the same time, look at what happened. And of course, Jameson can't see the future. He can't, you know, predict what's going to happen. And I know in his heart, he probably felt like he was doing the right thing. But no, it just led to so much bloodshed. And I get what Karnas wanted, but at the same time, the way he went about it, I'm just kind of like, this is kind of not, this isn't right. Like, I'm not saying wanting revenge is a good thing, but it's obvious, especially with the way that the episode was written, that the only way he was going to accept anything was only with the Admiral's death. Because as soon as, Jameson, he was still warm. He was still, his body temperature hadn't even started dropping yet. And the man was like, okay, I guess we can, figure something out now. It's like, really, dude, come on. But again, I understand all different sides, and I would have still negotiated. I just know me personally, and now if that didn't work, I don't know. His wife, oh my gosh, my heart goes out to her. I'm like, you poor thing. And you knew something was wrong with him, obviously, but couldn't figure it out. The fact that he utilized him and what he did in the past with this group of people in order to get this drug or combination of drugs. And I get what he wanted to do. He wanted to be healthier. He wanted to be able to negotiate and to be seen as able to do it and more youthful. But at the same time, it's like, there's side effects to everything. Let's just be real. Anything and everything, there is a side effect, multiple side effects. And what he was saying about, feeling younger now that he's back on the starship, I understand his point of view as well, but at the same time, you know, we all have choices to make, and he made his choices, and these were the consequences of his actions. They look like the type of couple that's been together since they were 12 or 13. Like, they look like the type that have just known each other for so long, and there's that strong love there. So, and the fact that his last words before he passed were about her, and you know, she's like, well, I'm all gray now. And he's like, no, I still see that golden hair. Ah, man, that was a lot to take in. So there's so many different little elements of this that I absolutely loved. And again, the previous episode was really good. This one, again, it just really made me go like, dang, what would I have done in that situation? Now, mind you, not all parties are probably going to be happy with certain solutions. But for him to have lied to Starfleet, and it kind of makes me wonder if he had actually lived through this. No, the guy was going to kill him anyway. I take it back. That was dumb. Because I was thinking to myself, was Captain Picard ever going to actually tell the truth and like report him? But hey, overall, I thought that this was quite well done. I appreciate Dr. Crusher for being very like adamant and being like, no, something's wrong. Something's off. This man should not be able to walk. This doesn't reverse. Not saying that it ever could, because, you know, as a doctor, I would think to myself, well, maybe he's found some type of a cure. Maybe, you know, we can help other folks. But no, definitely do not use that stuff unless because he did technically misuse the drugs. So I guess we'll never know. I hope you guys are all having a lovely, wonderful Sunday, and I hope that you guys had a wonderful Halloween. Mine was actually quite good. Went out with my cousins, and we had such a good time. It was very, very enjoyable. So I hope that you guys all, again, had a wonderful Halloween if you celebrate. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and please hit that notification bell so you guys know whenever I upload, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.